are you?
It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan.
Hey Internet, Andy here, and I want to go over my plan for addressing the rust problems on my 1800 with the middle crossmember. So I'm going to go over this plan here, and I'm kind of hoping to get some feedback if this approach makes sense or not. I'm actually a physicist in real life. I'm not a professional restorer or automotive anything. I do electrons and photons and that sort of stuff, but I do make a lot of things at my day job. So anyway, so these 1800s have a front cross member, well actually a pair of these cross members, and the problem with these is the factory ones had a hole drilled here on this jacking point. Dirt, mud, grime, stuff just builds up in here, fills the entire thing up, and then water gets in here and then rots the entire thing out from the inside. So this is basically what it looked like originally. It's a mess. The real problem is not just the rocker, but it also rusted out the frame rail, and it rusted a hole into the inner frame rail, and it also rusted the inner sill panel. Luckily, it did not rust all the way through. Well, it did rust all the way through, but water did not get into the actual sill panel, and the inside of the sill is actually fine. So what I want to do is a partial sill replacement where I want to cut out a section, a small section of the inner sill panel and make a patch panel, weld that in, as opposed to replacing the entire sill, because a complete sill replacement is a nightmare on these. You have to literally cut the fender off, do all sorts of stuff, and I don't think that's necessary for just a small 2-inch hole on just the inner sill. So these cars have a 3-piece sill panel like so, where we have the outer rocker, the middle section, and then what I'm calling the inner sill, which is just a fairly simple vertical piece of 16 gauge. Looks like so. So let's go ahead and take a look at it, what it looks like on the car, and I'll show you the damage, and then we'll go over my model I made of how I propose fixing this. So let's first take a look at the inside to see what we have going on here. So here is the inner sill panel. So remember, this whole sill panel here is a 3-piece section. This is the inner one, and then this is this upright bit that is welded here across this section here. So we can see this whole upper part of the sill. It looks good. There is really there's a little bit of surface rust here, which I'm totally not worried about. Just a little minor bit. If I put my finger in here, there is really no rust inside of here on that middle sill panel. So I really don't want to take the sills apart because it's just a nightmare. Anyway, so inside it does look perfectly fine. Inside there's a little minor bit of surface rust in there, nothing to worry about. I will just run some evaporust through there, get that cleaned up and painted. But here is the big nasty rust spot. So we can see there's the floor that is rusted out, and I got all the way here. So effectively what I'm planning on doing here is cutting this section of the floor out from, oh, like following a line from around here to there, that, and just cutting this section of floor out, and then cutting the floor all the way to the end, and then including that bend down because the whole underside there is rotted. So let's take a look underneath. Here's the big nasty. So this whole cross member on actually both sides is completely rotted through. Okay, so I've already spent, as you can see, a pretty sizable amount of time cleaning this up, getting all of the, or most of the undercoating off to give me a clean area to work in, and so I can see what's going on better. Okay, so frame rail, I'm actually not super worried about that. This is a pretty simple geometry to make, so just get this guy removed from here, drill out all these spots, and then fabricate a patch panel to cover, I don't know, somewhere around like there, and then probably the bottom of it, because there's some rust there too. So not super worried about it. Inside of there, it does look pretty decent. So only have to worry about this section here. Floor, talked about that. Now let's get to the nasty bit. Underneath the car, looking outward. So let's take a look what we have here. This is the nasty bit. So this is where the cross member was, and we can see that where all the mud accumulated, it rotted the inner sill panel through. So, okay. So here is the cross member. So that has to come off. Then the floor pan. This is 18 gauge, I believe. So I will obviously have to recreate this section here. So again, plan is to cut a section of the floor out, oh, I would say right around there, and then that'll allow me to make that this bend down here. Now, inner sill panel. Basically, what I'm planning on doing is cutting this rectangular section out from like there to, oh, maybe somewhere around there, and then back down. So now that you guys have seen the car and all of the damage and rusty, rotted bits on the car, I made a little visual demonstration here to show you my plans. So this should make it really clear of what I'm planning to do. So you guys can just comment and let me know if you think this is a good idea or if this is really dumb. So anyway, here is the sill panel. So first off, this is all upside down. So this is where the is in the car, like so, upside down. And this is where that big nasty rust hole is on the sill panel. So plans are, step one, cut out this section here. Cut this section out, throw it away, and then make a new patch panel. And the patch panel will then get welded in here, like so. And yeah, I kind of screwed this up. Actually, it should have been like this because the rust hole was there, but anyway, you get the idea. The actual hole was there. Okay, so repair the sill. Okay, now make a replacement section for the floor, and then you'll notice here the replacement section for the floor is slightly wider than the replacement cross member. Floor gets welded in, so 1, 2, and then finally the replacement cross member will then get all welded in there, And this is what it should look like when it's all done. Okay, well, that's basically my plan for addressing the rust on the sill panels and the frame rail. Let me know what you guys think. Is this a sane approach? Is there anything I should watch out for doing something like this? Yeah, let me know, and thanks. See you next time.